You've been on a team that failed. Maybe it was a school group project. Maybe it was a sports team. Maybe it's happening at work right now. And the confusing part, everyone was talented. Everyone worked hard. Everyone wanted to win. So you blame the leader, or the lazy person, or bad luck. But here's the truth. It wasn't any of those things. It was five hidden problems, quietly destroying the team from the inside, and nobody was talking about them. This is the Five Dysfunctions of a Team by Patrick Lencioni. He didn't write it like a textbook. He wrote it like a story about a failing company, a new CEO, and five hard truths every team avoids. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why your team is struggling, and more importantly, what to do about it. Let's go. The team that should have been winning meet DecisionTech, a tech company with smart people, good money, and a product people actually want. On paper, they should be crushing it. They're not. The team is a mess. Nobody trusts anyone. Meetings feel fake. Decisions get made and then quietly ignored. Everyone protects their own corner. Nobody pulls in the same direction. So the board brings in a new CEO. Her name is Kathryn Peterson. Kathryn isn't the most impressive-looking person in the room. She's never worked in tech. She's not a genius. Some team members quietly wonder, why her? But Kathryn has something the team desperately needs. She can see what's actually wrong. Five things, five dysfunctions, stacked on top of each other like a pyramid. Fix the bottom, and the whole team changes. So that's exactly where she starts. Dysfunction 1, absence of trust. Think about the most professional person you know at school or work. They always look confident, always have the answer, never admit they're wrong. Looks like strength, right? Wrong. That's not strength. That's a mask. Lencioni says the foundation of every great team is trust, but not just any trust, vulnerability-based trust. That means being able to say, I was wrong. I don't know how to do this. I made a mistake. I need help. At DecisionTech, nobody says any of that. Every person on the leadership team performs. Polished, put together. Fine, but it's not real. And here's what that performance costs the team. When you can't be vulnerable, you can't be helped. When you can't be helped, you can't grow. When you can't grow, the team suffers. Smart people, terrible team, because nobody trusts each other enough to be human. Old teamwork, I can't let them see I'm struggling. I'll figure it out alone. Real teamwork, I don't know how to do this. Can someone help me? Trust isn't built in meetings. It's built in moments of honesty, and it starts with one person going first. Dysfunction 2, fear of conflict. Here's something that's going to surprise you. Great teams argue. The best teams in the world, the ones that actually win, they disagree. Loudly, passionately, directly. But they argue about ideas, not about people. Lencioni calls this healthy conflict, and most teams are absolutely terrified of it. At DecisionTech, the meetings are polite, civilized, quiet. Everyone nods. Nobody challenges anything. Looks like a great team, right? Wrong. Kathryn calls it artificial harmony, fake peace. And fake peace is dangerous because when nobody challenges bad ideas win. When nobody says what they really think, the wrong decisions get made. The team pays the price. Have you ever stayed quiet in a group project because you didn't want to cause trouble? You saw the problem, you said nothing, and then it all fell apart. That's fear of conflict. In a group project. Old teamwork. I think this plan is wrong, but I'll just go along with it. Real teamwork. I think this plan has a problem. Here's what I think we should change. At work, old teamwork. My boss's idea won't work, but I'll just nod and do it. Real teamwork. I see a problem with this plan. Can I share what I'm worried about? Your team doesn't need fake smiles. It needs real conversations. Dysfunction 3, lack of commitment. Picture this. A meeting just ended. A big decision was made. Everyone nodded. Everyone said yes. But two people in that room secretly disagreed. They didn't say anything because of fear of conflict. So they nodded, smiled, walked out, and then did whatever they wanted anyway. That's lack of commitment. And here's the thing most people get wrong. Commitment doesn't mean everyone agrees. Say that again. Commitment doesn't mean agreement. It means everyone was heard. You said what you really thought. The team debated. A decision was made together. Now you commit, even if it wasn't your idea, even if you still have doubts. A team moving in the same direction, even imperfectly, always beats a team moving in 12 different directions perfectly. Kathryn fixes this with something simple. She writes the decision down, out loud, in front of everyone. This is what we agreed. Are we all in? After a group decision. Old teamwork. I disagreed but said nothing. I'll just do my own thing. Real teamwork. I disagreed and said it in the meeting. Now I'm committed to what we decided together. No more silent doubts. No more private objections. Say it in the room or commit. Dysfunction 4. Avoidance of accountability. The team made a decision. Everyone committed. But then someone didn't follow through, and nobody said anything. Why? Because it was uncomfortable. Because we don't want to look mean. Because we tell ourselves, it's not my place. So the behavior goes unchecked. The person does it again and again. The team gets frustrated, but stays quiet until resentment builds. Trust erodes. The team breaks. Here's the hard truth Lencioni wants you to hear. Letting someone slide isn't kindness, it's cowardice. It looks like kindness. It feels like kindness. But when you stay silent, you're telling that person their behavior is fine. You're lowering the standard for everyone. You're not a bad person for avoiding it. You're just being a bad teammate. Real accountability doesn't come from the boss alone. It comes from every person on the team. It means caring enough to say, hey, we agreed on this. What happened? Not in anger, not to shame anyone, but because you respect them and you respect the team. When a teammate misses a deadline, old teamwork, they didn't finish their part. I'm annoyed, but I'll just do it myself. Real teamwork. We agreed on this deadline. Let's talk about what happened and how we can fix it. That's what great teammates do. They hold the line together. Dysfunction 5. Inattention to results. We're at the top of the pyramid, the fifth dysfunction, the most visible one. Here's what it looks like. People stop thinking about the team. They start thinking about themselves, their bonus, their title, their department, their ego. The actual question, are we winning as a team, gets forgotten. At DecisionTech, this is painfully clear. While competitors grow and win, this leadership team argues about internal politics. Who gets the resources? Who gets the credit? Who looks best in front of the board? Full of talent, still failing. Here's the simplest example. A basketball player scores 40 points, personal best, but the team loses by 20. Was that a success? No. Personal wins mean nothing when the team loses. In a team project, old teamwork. I did my part perfectly. If others failed, that's not my problem. Real teamwork. We didn't hit our goal. What can I do differently to help the whole team win? One team, one goal. That's the only scoreboard that matters. Great teams define what winning looks like together. And then they protect that result above ego, titles, and personal glory. How Kathryn fixes it. So Kathryn knows the 5 problems. Now she fixes them. Here's what I love about how she does it. She doesn't pretend it's fast. She doesn't pretend it's easy. She just starts. At the bottom, with trust, she takes the whole team off-site, away from emails and pressure, and asks them to do something deeply uncomfortable. Be human with each other. Share where you came from. Admit what you're not good at. Let people see the real you. Slowly the masks come down. People stop competing and start connecting. Then Kathryn introduces conflict. She creates space for real disagreement. Out loud, in the room. No more fake harmony. No more corridor whispers. Then she builds commitment, writing every decision down clearly. Then accountability. The team checks on each other and holds the line. Then shared results. One goal above every individual win. Not every person survives the change. One senior member leaves because they refuse to do the work, but the team that remains becomes something rare, a team that actually works. You're not a bad team. You're just missing 5 things. Here's what Patrick Lencioni wants you to know. You don't need a new team. You don't need smarter people. You don't need a bigger budget. You need 5 things. Trust, the kind where you can be honest about what you don't know. Conflict, the kind where ideas get challenged, not people. Commitment, the kind where everyone moves in the same direction, even after disagreeing. Accountability, the kind where teammates care enough to hold each other to a high standard. Results, the kind where the team's win matters more than your personal win. You're not surrounded by idiots. You're surrounded by people who never learned these 5 things. Neither did you. Until now. The next time your team struggles, don't ask what's wrong with these people. Ask which of the 5 dysfunctions is this. That one shift changes everything. This is Focus, signing off. Now go build a real team.